Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and today I wanted to just talk about something I've seen that someone posted in my Discord on a Reddit post for something that CN got. It looks to be on their anniversary, and something that if you're like a light spender that you could look forward to in the future with this game for potentially beefing up your account. And so with this, if you know when the game came out, when we originally had a lot of the beginner packages that came out, we had one of them that was for a standard elite weapon selector that I believe it was $50, and then you got a standard elite weapon, and you got to pick which one you wanted out of that pack, but it also came with a bunch of pulls or currency as well. And looking at this seems to be something similar that they got in the anniversary, but it's much more than just a standard weapon, but it looks like a standard character as well as a limited character that you can purchase, and in the package it could come alongside with a standard weapon as well as a limited weapon depending on which package you get. So when I'm looking at this post, they were basically saying, because people are talking about reruns of certain units because they're having to skip, because if you're a free-to-play or a light spender, you're going to have to skip if you're going to want to try and get some other specific units that are coming up in the future, especially if you're wanting to go for some of the stronger dupes on some of the units, because a lot of units in this game have very strong V1s, which if that's the case, you're going to want to skip some of the weaker ones so that you can kind of coalesce alongside a synergistic team with those extra V1s to get the extra oomph in power. And so this will be one way you can do it as a light spender, because basically based on the sources, there's two bundles that came out on the anniversary package with them. One of them being the standard banner, which you basically get to purchase for, it looks to be about $27 US. It's whatever the currency is on the CN side. Now, they would probably change this for us just based on conversion, so it'd probably be like something that's going to be like $30. You basically get to select one of the standard units as well as one of the standard weapons of your choosing. And so for $30 in a gacha game, for a guarantee, like you're going to get that character as well as whatever weapon you want. In gacha terms, that's really, really good. And that is just their standard bundle that we see here. But then they also had a limited bundle that had a bunch of the units that came out before it. And so looking at this limited bundle, you could have picked the same thing, except you select a limited unit, and it was between Dayan, Cinerusi, Lena, Jiangju, Macchiato, Ulrid, Suomi, Dushnavaya, Zahui. Kluke would be a huge one, because I know a lot of people want to get her V3, and this is a way to guarantee getting a copy of her outright. And at this point, you probably would already have pulled on her when this comes out, and so this would be one way to get an easy dupe. And it looks like this one is going to be $45. It's a little bit more, but it also comes with the selection of a limited weapon of your choosing as well. And so if you're having to skip units, this may be a way to guarantee a unit in the future, because you're not having to roll, get pulls, and then pulver them. You just outright buy that limited unit for $45, and as well as getting a weapon of your choice, which most likely if it's a unit you've skipped, this is a way to get a weapon. Kluke is a really big one in this, because I know a lot of people, they'll get that first copy of her because she's really good even at V0, but they want to eventually get dupes of her to get that V3. This will be a great way to do that, as well as getting her limited weapon, because it's going to come in a pair. And this is one of the better deals I've seen when it comes to spending in a gacha game, because there's no risk associated with it. You don't see this too often in these games. So overall, a great package. I definitely know I'll be picking up anything like this. I know as soon as the game started, one of the first things I got out of the shop, even though I spent a decent amount, that first thing was getting that standard weapon selector. Now, one thing I kind of made a mistake on with it was I should have probably held on to it for a little bit, since I pulled on Suomi's weapon. So I got 2 golden melodies, which isn't terrible, because I want to eventually get a 5 duped one. But this is going to most likely be around the anniversary, so you should already be settled in your stuff, and you can just buy these and you can hold them into your account until you can make your decision after the fact if it works anything like the elite weapon. You don't have to open it immediately, and so outright is something good. Looking forward to kind of seeing the other things that add to this shop, because one of the big things is Girls Frontline, even though it has the lower odds like you see on like a Hoyoverse game, they have a lot better spending packages that they do reset monthly, and then they had really good ones that were like over the Christmas holiday. So I'm expecting to see more stuff like this from them, and so this one's going to probably be one of their better packages in terms of spending in this game. We'll have to kind of see how it works with the half anniversary too, because they probably had something similar to this on the half anniversary, because in CN, that's when they released Clue-K. So overall, we'll have to see. Now, right now, we currently have Diana out, and looking at what we're potentially seeing coming out in the future, I mean, it is going to most likely be Senarusi next. We haven't got the official confirmation on that yet, but that is the likely next person to come. And then, I mean, it almost seems like, based on the rumors and the people that had like leaked out what they see in the future, is they're literally just going to follow or be very, very similar to the path that CN went, maybe swapping out a couple of units here and there. So they're slightly out of order, but I don't see them jumping straight into units after Clue-K. And so this may be the units we might see all the way up through Clue-K before we even get to this, the units that came out after her in CN. We'll kind of have to see. You can kind of see here in the image what they look like. So you have the box. So this was what it looked like for the Elite Weapon Selector in the shop. If you haven't bought it, I believe it's still going to be there for you. So you saw this, and then you can see the unit selector here. And then over here is, if you open the box or show it, it shows what you can select out of it. So it shows Tololo, QJ, Veple, Sabrina, and Farida, as well as Amoza Nagat over here on the right that you can't see. And then here you have this selector where you can pick the weapon. It's really no different than the one we got the game came out. But it's crazy that this one, if it's the case, it's $27 versus the one that we got was $50 on release of this game. And that only had the elite weapon and some poles. While this is guaranteeing a unit in the weapon. So this is actually, I mean, now, we don't know if they're going to raise the price for us. It's all dependent on, because even though it says $27 here, it's not guaranteed that it'll be like $30. It could be another $50 package. But if you're a light spender, these are the deals to go for, because you're basically, for the equivalent poles, you would probably have to spend like $100+ to get as much as you're going to get in these. And so those people who are conscious on that will definitely like this. And here's the other one, which it basically looks exactly the same. But this one is the selector. Oops, well, I went full screen on it. But this one is the selector for the limited unit. You can see all of them here. We have Macchiato, Dayan here, and then Senarusi, Lena, and Jianju, plus a couple of the others over here. And then one of their weapons. So this is going to be a great way to pick up something good. And this will be a great way, like if you're like me, I'm a person that really likes the idea of getting Lena's weapon. I don't think I'll get it right off the bat when she comes out. I'll be getting Lena, but I won't get her SMG. This might be where I could take the opportunity to get a copy of her weapon, because I could see me on this one getting a dupe of Macchiato or something. But since I already have Macchiato's weapon, I may want to get someone else's limited weapon and not actually just get the same unit and weapon, because you don't really need the dupes of the weapons, at least not many of them. There's a couple, which I would never say to get 5 dupes of weapon. There's a couple that have RNG built into them where it's like the first level is 20% all the way to 100% on at 5 dupes. Those ones, I just say those are bad weapons in general. But something like Lena's would be an easy selector one, because with Lena, you get that it'll automatically trigger with her common key. So overall, some great packages here. I will definitely buy these if they come out in ours. We'll just kind of have to see. Now, this is an anniversary package, so this is way off. But this is just kind of the way I've seen them going with their packages. And it's really nice for your light to medium spenders on this game, because it actually makes it a little easier to make your decisions. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.